What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope everybody's having a great Friday evening. And let me start this off by saying, for all my friends out in California, this weather has been crazy, and all my friends out in Hawaii too. We had the wildfires in Maui that, there's over 110 confirmed dead and well over 1,000 missing. Thoughts and prayers out to all those people in Maui. And now we're about to get a hurricane that's going to hit California. It's been like 85 years, which is older than me, okay, since the last time a hurricane has hit California. And I think this would be the fifth, maybe since recorded time. Shit like this doesn't happen. It is so crazy that they say that Death Valley, parts of that could become like a lake because it's below sea level. And I think about San Diego, one of the prettiest places I've ever been, and thinking about how they've literally built all these houses on the side of a mountain. If you get that much rain, oh Lordy, I pray that nobody loses their lives on this, because you kind of get used to having hurricanes here on the East Coast and stuff. If you it's kind of built into the equation. Out there in the West, where the ground is so dry and so hard in the desert, that stuff will just be instant flash floods and everything else. So be careful out there, and everybody keep your thoughts and prayers with everybody out there in California. Maybe there's a silver lining that maybe the rainfall will help Lake Mead, because Lord knows that's been low, even though it has been picking up. So I just got back from the airport picking up my daughter. So I saw the first half of the Giants game, and Daniel Jones, whom we will be playing in 3 weeks and 2 days for the season opener in New York City. Their offense, here's what I'm going to say about their offense, is they are doing kind of what I think the Cowboys will be doing as well. You saw in that drive, Daniel Jones was 8 of 9, and everything was shorter passes, but it was like quick hitting. It was like boom, 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 1, 2, 3, boom. And what that does is, and this is out of necessity nowadays, is because your defensive edge rushers, guys like Micah Parsons, they're so fast. You've got to be able to get rid of that ball in about 2.5 seconds, or else you're done. You're done. So yeah, the Giants, maybe Game Time, who has to eat the chip tomorrow night, maybe he's right. Maybe the Giants will be a good team. And Daniel Jones, I have to admit it, he was firing it. He was looking good there. Now, again, it is preseason. It was the Carolina Panthers. Frank Wright, new coach there. A team that was ass last year. And again, it is preseason. So we'll see if that translates into the regular season. But I will say this much. Now, the Giants, who did win their game, they looked better than the Eagles did yesterday. Now, again, Eagles didn't play any of their starters. But I think the Eagles may have more problems or more warts than what the talking heads have said. And I'm going to say that San Francisco, I know everybody says that that's the second best team, but how often are the talking heads correct when they make those statements? Remember last year talking about the Rams were one of the top 5 teams going into the season, and we saw how that went. But the Eagles have already had some injuries to special team guys and backups that are very, very important. And you start looking and seeing some of the inexperience that's out there. I know Philly 500, was Nakobe Dean. But some of the Philly people are kind of worried about that linebacking core and Nakobe Dean and such right there too. And don't discount having new coordinators on both sides of the ball and 6 new starters on defense. But hey, you do you. For my Cowboys, I'm happy that they've got a game that they can hit somebody else tomorrow. Now, we know Cowboys aren't going to be playing their starters. Some teams are going to. And I can't wait to see that game, although it's going to be late. We're 24 hours exactly away from it. But what I'm beginning to notice now is after the love fest for, the Buffalo Bills, the Eagles, the 49ers, that it seems like a little dose of reality is kind of coming back around. Now, understand, when it comes to Dak Prescott, he's under a microscope and nobody says anything. Brock Purdy, whom, everybody talks about, well, Brock Purdy beat Dak Prescott. Well, I say the San Francisco 49ers have proven that they are an incredible team with all the talent that they have, that it doesn't really matter who the quarterback is in that situation. Just hasn't. They've just been that good. When you've got Christian McCaffrey, arguably the best running back in football right now, when you've got a Deebo Samuels, physical wide receivers who can also run the football, when you've got a future Hall of Fame tackle, when you've got a George Kittle tight end, the quarterback doesn't have, I need to change that. So I'm running out of fire here. The quarterback doesn't have to be as dynamic as he would in other places. But you're hearing about Brock Purdy throwing a lot of interceptions. In fact, he's throwing 5.1 interception percentage in practice, which is about double what the NFL average is. And so, Shanahan says, oh, we're not concerned about that. He's concerned about that. He's really concerned about that. And today I was actually seeing seeing on ESPN, they were talking about Josh Allen being a continual turnover guy. Not just, he was one behind Dak Prescott last year, but double-digit interceptor every year as well as the fumbling. So all of a sudden you're beginning to kind of say, we're backing off a little bit of the predictions that they made of how great some of the teams were. And this may be by design, because then they could say, well, we didn't tout them as the greatest team of all time. We said there were doubts. If you kind of put out there every possibility, then you could say that you were right technically, even though you were kind of wrong too. So there you have it. That's all I got for you guys tonight. I am just happy to actually be here home a couple of days in a row. And I realize how freaking exhausted I actually am. I had plans to do all kinds of stuff here today. And drive out about an hour away to look at this job and get the prices together for doing it. So I hadn't planned on doing that, but didn't do a whole lot else. I guess maybe it's okay, because I have been going some long hour days. But I am going to go carry my behind to bed, because tomorrow's going to be a long night. We got game time and prime time doing the chip challenge tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I'll be on with them at 7. We got our Cowboys game at 10 o'clock. So, yeah, I definitely need some sleep. So remember, keep your thoughts and stuff together for the people of Maui and for the people of the desert Southwest, which is about to get inundated with a lot of rain. And remember to tell the people you love them. You might not get the chance again, and I love you guys. God willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.